Happy September! Do you like my crown of butterflies? It's a little bit weird. Hey! What am I doing? I'm in the kitchen. I'm making bacon. Which was not very easy for me at first. I'm not a cook at all. I'm not domestic at all. I mean, I guess I'm more domestic now that I'm on my own. But yeah, so making some bacon. Probably gonna make a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. You know, that sounds good. Yeah, so that's what's happening. There's that one picture I got. Hung it up in here. This is my tree int. Then I got like this this cat, and I am the crazy cat lady, so I have all these cats on my refrigerator. And my little sort of collection of Halloween themed pot holders. There's one Christmas one. I think my mom got me that. Yeah. Oh, and my little cute salt and pepper shakers. Hi, how's it going? Aren't they cute? It's a Dracula. I know it's hard to see. I'm gonna wind up dropping it. But there's a little magnet on his face. And there's a little magnet on her neck. They're very cute. I'm so clumsy. I shouldn't be picking up glass and trying to hold it and whatever at the same time. But so this is the scary part. Flipping it over. Yeah. I usually like it though. You know what I mean? I should probably be showing this and not me being terrified, but whatever. One of my friends said that the tip that they could give me about making bacon was not to, or to make sure you're wearing a shirt when you're making it. Which I thought was hilarious. So yeah, I worked from my apartment today, and I had a web meeting that I had to be on camera for, so thankfully I'm used to being on camera. Talking to the cam. What else? I had a couple, maybe 4 total, people express some interest in me bringing Spooky University back. So I think I'm gonna do, probably do like a retrospective or something. Like this is what Spooky University is, and this is what we do, and maybe a clip from some responses and questions and stuff, and then have people start submitting their possible topics and stuff. So yeah. It's so scary. God dang. And then I have like this weird little, this guy. What's up with that? I know my stove's dirty. Sorry. Alright, so this is gonna be a really long video, even though this part's only about 4 minutes long. The rest of it is like super long, talking about my vape stuff, talking about spooky crap. So, whatever. Alright, I'll see you guys soon. Hello! So, a couple of things. I'm gonna throw in a minute of some video made last night. And then also I'm gonna throw in the fact that I have discovered Snapchat filters. I know I'm really far behind on that, but Luna, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you a baby kitten? Luna has been being so weird this morning. She got up on the stove. Why? I guess I need to get her a cat treat. Yes, I did just start using Snapchat.
Hello. This is hilarious.
Do it again. Whoa. I like that I have my glasses in my x-ray. What is going on with this? Mom calls these baby hairs, but come on. Anyway. So, my friend Bug Lady, I forget the numbers. I'll put a link in the description to her channel. She mentioned something about, oh, there it is right there, Bug Lady 58. See? Anyway, I'll still put a link in the description. But she mentioned about me talking about my electronic cigarette. So here, whoa, Luna's gone crazy. That was impressive. Anyway, back to this. So this is my electronic cigarette. I know you probably can't see what it says. It's just, oh, it's upside down. That's one reason. So the story behind this is I started smoking cigarettes. Why? When I turn the camera on her, she'll stop. But right now she's like freaking out. Psycho cat. I started smoking when I was about 12. And I'm gonna just say I smoked for at least 20 years. Probably more than that. But, oh wait. Do it. I knew it! Luna, you're supposed to be funny. That's your job as a cat. She's a distraction. God, what was I saying? Oh, so I started smoking when I was 12, smoked for like 20 years, plus some. And then I tried I actually have it right here. I had tried one of these guys. Whoa. One of these guys. Fin is what it's called. And I don't even know. It's not, it doesn't, I mean, it's cool looking, I guess. It gives you that sort of a feel of holding a cigarette or whatever. But no real substance. So, I tried that. I tried, I think the blue one. And same thing. It was just not a substitution for a cigarette. And I know, I've been talking about quitting or thinking about quitting for a while, and I just didn't. I mean, I smoked probably about a pack a day for the entire 20 years that I smoked. Sometimes more, sometimes less, depends on the day and all that stuff. So Mom called me just then, and we talked for an hour. Where was I? Oh, the day before MLK Day in 2014. No. 2015. So January of last year, my husband and I, they had opened a new vape shop in our neighborhood, and he and I were driving by it, and I was like, let's go in. I want to take a look at it. So we pulled over and we went in, and there's this guy in there named Jerry, and Jerry was super helpful. He's a talker for sure. And he was really helpful, and he told me all about all the different stuff and how the different levels of nicotine work in the juice. And I bought a kit. These are the kind that I was using, the batteries. And let's see, I guess it's out of battery, but anyway, they're rechargeable. And so I had this, and then I had a different tank, like a skinnier tank. I have all kinds of batteries and tanks because I've gone through about 1 million. But so like this, and then there's the with the juice. That's actually another battery. And see, it's out. It's telling me it's out. So anyway, so I smoked. I hit it a couple times. You know, he took me through the whole process of changing the level of ohms or whatever. I still don't even know. But he did that, and then I got some juice, and I got the little kit or whatever, and I think total is like $100. And I know $100, it seems crazy, but I mean, you spend that much on a carton of cigarette. Well, not a carton, I guess. Like cartons are like $50, or they were a year and a half ago or whatever. So that night I used that. So I used that, and then I took I smoked like a regular cigarette or two, and then the next morning my husband and I went to breakfast, and I smoked the e-cigarette on the way there, and then we ate, and then I went back out to the car. And normally after I'd eat a meal, I would smoke a cigarette. Well, I started to smoke the cigarette, and I was like, I don't really want this. So I put it out, and I hit my e-cig a couple times, and then I just kept smoking that. And then I got sick. I thought, am I because I'm changing, is that messing? I'm changing from regular cigarettes to you know, these guys. Is it making me sick? Is it messing with my immune system? Which probably it was. But so a week later, I hadn't smoked a regular cigarette, so I thought, well, let me try and smoke a regular cigarette, because I had over a half a carton left of cigarettes. So I smoked like a half a cigarette, if that much, and I just didn't want it anymore. And so then from then I just smoked this. So that's what I do now. I vape. And the brand of liquid or juice that I get is Charlie Noble, and this particular one is called Commodore Perry. It smells like pears. My husband said he's like every time I come to your apartment, it smells like fresh baked cookies, and I know you've never baked a cookie in here. And it's because this juice smells so good. But they have really good flavors. I'll link them in the description for you if you want to go check them out. And it's pretty thick though. So what I was going to tell you though, or I was going to show you, I don't know how I can do this, but is so this top screws off. If you've never vaped before, that's the battery. My battery's big. Oh, let me tell you about my batteries. So I've gone through 1 million batteries. I've got like those little stick batteries that I showed you. I've got so many of those guys, and it's because I hit it so often during the day that the battery runs out on me. So last time my husband was here, we went up to Clark Street. They have a whole bunch of different shops and stuff, but they had a vape store, a smoke shop, whatever. And I walked in and I was like, just give me a battery that lasts. I'm like, I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how big it is. I just need a battery that actually is gonna last me some time. So, anyway, so this is what he gave me, and so far this has been the best battery I've had. I have dropped it. I'm super clumsy. I've dropped it, and the little where you plug it in is kind of jacked up a little bit, and then on the top here it's a little bit messed up. But anyway, you screw down in there, and this is the tank, and that's where it makes contact or whatever. And you build it yourself. I mean, you can get whatever battery, whatever tank. They're mostly universal or whatever. They go together. And I should have probably shown you before I filled it up, but so in here you screw off this, but hang on, hold on. So you screw off this bottom piece, and this right here is the coil, and so that's what makes the smoke happen. But this goes down in here, and you actually just fill up the fluid right in there, and then you just screw this down on here, and then you put these guys together, and then when you press the button, then it just makes contact, and yeah. So that's it. That's my story. I haven't smoked a regular cigarette since that one weekend or whatever. I will say, let me take that back. I have taken a hit off of a cigarette, but it was like I was maybe 2 months into vaping, and I thought, well, let me see if I still hate it. And I did. And you know what's funny is now I go outside with the smokers, and sometimes it's not so bad. I mean, I don't mind smelling the smoke, but most of the time it's definitely, it gets overwhelming. Like I went to the casino not too long ago, and oh my gosh, I can't believe how smoky it is, and it used to not faze me at all. It was like whatever, but now I go in there and it's overwhelming how smoky it is. So yeah, it's definitely changed my life. It's definitely changed. I save money, and I can hit it, and it does have nicotine. I do get a certain amount of nicotine in mine, because I do, but I find that I can go a longer amount of time. And I know this sounds weird. If you know me, Mom and my husband, you know me, you know that I have this thing in my hand constantly, and I'm constantly hitting it. But if I'm in a place where I can't, I can go a lot longer amount of time without having to go outside than I could when I was smoking regular cigarettes. I would start getting really angry and whatever, and I would have to go outside and smoke. Where with this, I can not really think about it for longer and go longer between hits or whatever. I don't know what else you want to call it, between vapes. And there are definitely YouTube channels that talk about, they do tank reviews, battery reviews. They talk about the size of it and how well it hits, and it's got like airflow on the thing. You can kind of see it spinning, but it's got airflow, and depending on how much smoke or whatever, and they really do have, yeah. So I usually like mine pretty open. They really do have like plume contests things, because there are some this one is pretty, I don't know, medium cloud, but they've got some that you can make a huge cloud of vape. And what's the fluid made out of, I guess, is a good question. So it's, and of course I can't see it, but it's vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol, natural and artificial flavorings, nicotine, blah blah blah. And then it talks about you know, if you're in a certain place, then they can't have the nicotine already in it. They have to sell it without it, and then they have these little packets of like nicotine stuff that they mix in, and they have like a little mini paint shaker, you know. They have one of those. They have that at the smoke shop near where I live now, and they shake it up for you. But mine, I get it online at charlienoble.com. It smells good. It smells delicious. It's delicious. They had Stroop waffle. It smelled like waffles. It tasted like waffles. It was really vanilla-y. Let's see, some problems with vaping. And I'm gonna, at first, depending on the tank that you get and how you fill it up, and you know, different temperatures outside and stuff, it can make it seem like you're sucking it out of a straw. So it, like, this thing turns into a straw, and you don't want that. You don't want to drink this stuff. Ew, it's gross. It's very, if you spill any of it, it's very, very oily because it's oil. And it oils up stuff. Anyway, it oils up stuff. It does take a little bit of manual, like you know, you saw me having to take it apart to put the juice in, but also you have to keep it clean. That was another problem I had in the beginning, because I was like, I'll just hit on this thing and no big deal. And but you have to take it apart, completely apart. So this part comes off, this part comes off, this little glass guy comes off, all the stuff in here comes out, and you have to use a, Jerry was so cute. He's like, it's not a paper towel, it's a vapor towel. So you have to clean it out with a paper towel, and you know, if you don't clean out, or if you don't switch out your coil, that little thing I showed you inside there, it burns, because there's cotton, like, or synthetic material in there that's kind of like cotton, and it basically it kind of burns it, because it's making contact. I wonder if I can hear it. No. Anyway, and it like caramelizes the juice, and it tastes burnt. So you have to change out your coil. So the juice and the coils are the reoccurring costs. The juice, though, you can get them as low as like $10 for a bottle. And I've got a couple, like, here's one that I got, Southern Tradition, which is supposed to look a little bit like Southern Comfort, but it's more of like a tobacco-y taste. And yeah, whoops. And you can see how dark it is. And then there was this other one that is, I forget what it's called, but the Charlie Noble flavor that I usually get that I really like is called Tripoli. It's like a tobacco-y. Oh, and you can mix these together. But this is the other one. They smell pretty good too. But these are thinner, and they don't last as long. I'm not trying to sell you on vaping, but if you're a smoker and you want to quit, it's worth giving it a shot. And if you're a heavy smoker, maybe like a pack a day or more, even a light smoker, because I know Mom's tried one of these little jobbies, and I don't think it did her very much good. And she takes 3 hits off of a cigarette a day. So like a pack of cigarettes lasts her a month. So yeah, but if you're a heavy smoker, like a pack a day or more, then you might want to look into something like this, where it's a pretty hefty dose of nicotine or whatever, and smoke. And then I do 12 milligrams of nicotine. Now that's a lot. It's a lot. But here's the thing. So yes, I'm still putting nicotine into my body, and I agree that that's probably not a great healthy thing. However, it is definitely more healthy than, or healthier than the other stuff that's in the cigarettes, like tar and asbestos and all that stuff. So you got to make a choice. I have to. It's my habit. It's been my habit. Do I ever miss the cigarettes? Is usually a question I get. And I kind of answered that before, so no, not really. I do have days. I'll just say this. There are days when I would smoke a real cigarette. I think about it. I think, man, it would be nice to have a cigarette right now. But I just hit my vape instead, and done. Not a big deal. And if you don't smoke, and if you don't vape, and if you don't chew tobacco, and if you don't whatever, just don't start. Just don't start. It's not worth it. You lose your ability to breathe, you lose your ability to taste, you lose your ability to smell, and it's not that they're gone completely, but they're gone so much that you forget what things actually taste and smell like. And then if you ever quit, then you remember and you're like, man, I wish I would have been able to taste and smell this stuff for a long time, that whole time I was smoking. Also, smoking, I know, I'm not trying to be preachy. It's just, do what you want. It's your body. It's your life. But if you don't do it, just don't start. That's the simplest thing. That's all. It's not worth it. Plus it costs so much. Oh my gosh. Pack of cigarettes here in Chicago. The last time I bought a pack of cigarettes here, it was $11 for a pack of cigarettes. And I was like, no, I just wanted one pack. And she's like, that's all you're getting. So I think in Kansas City, last time I bought some, maybe they were $5 or $6. So still, I mean, add that up, do some math. How much, if you smoke a pack a day, there are 365 days in a year, how much money is that? I can't do the math in my head, but it's quite a lot of money, and that's money you could be spending on other stuff that's gonna last and not kill you. So, all right, I have talked way too long, 20 minutes plus the other crap that I said before this, and also the Snapchat stuff and whatever. So I think that's it for now. If you have questions about the vaping thing or whatever, put it in the comments and I will answer you as best I can. Yeah, have a great rest of your night and stuff, and I'll see you soon. Bye.